Good. Thank you so much, Miguel. That's an honor. I actually, I'm based in Australia, so that was Indian Australian Business Community Award that was awarded by the Foreign Minister um, for my Ayurveda business. That was the first ever opportunity that was in Australia, that they actually appreciated the traditional Indian legacy. So it was like a very overwhelming condition and situation for myself, like to be honored, and I was feeling to be the first proud Australian Indian to be sort of honored for Ayurveda, which is my passion and my desire. So I follow Ayurveda and yoga very religiously. And so do you want me to start, Miguel?
Please do so. You're already in the flow.
Thank you. Okay. So because we are time constrained, I would just like sum up everyone's talk, like basically, but to say in fewer words, there is certainly a need for the amalgamation of all the wide, like systems of knowledge systems of medicine, not only Ayurveda, but I'm even in favor of like any kind of like natural medicine and indigenous medicines, but to say like we are really having a war at two fronts. Basically, it's not only the health, but the wealth as well. And I strongly believe that Ayurveda has enough potential and possibilities both for the prevention and the treatment for COVID-19. The challenge, particularly we are facing, and being in Australia, we already had so many swans and bushfire, and we had swans and cyclones. So there is a much dire need for not only considering the integration of the medicines, but even to avoid any kind of like future threats, we need to start taking responsibility to maintain the planet's biological diversity and save the wildlife and the plants, and try to be going more on the vegetarian aspects. However, we all need like other life to thrive. So to cure the deeper illness in the shared planet, we need this whole knowledge system to be integrated, and the whole mankind is not like really enough to protect the land and the global climate change and abet major threats like pandemics. So we that's kind of like a bigger question at the moment, and it is very imperative that that we as a humankind take that responsibility by making wiser choices, by choosing what to consume and how to live, and save and nurture the planet and ourselves. So because we, as we are all familiar, the species or the biodiversity, it's going to become extinct and will be entering. So we the only way to avoid like this deeper crisis is to avoid and save the not only the species by saving our distinctive wildlife and the plants, but the even overall, like in UK, as it's like such an honor and a proud thing that Amarjit ji is doing such a great work and putting so much effort to get this system into the main public health system. And we definitely need to protect the biodiversity, but the health will require like changes definitely um, in the laws and the policies, institutions, and the programs, as even mentioned by Professor Arvind Chopra, if I'm not taking the wrong name, and in the people behaviors, values, and support for conservation. So solutions are already being identified, and we all know that, and we I don't need to mention that medicine in the olden times was of no importance at all. To mention, we need to focus on two things, which is making our body work and consume wisely. So now the only question that I have for the whole community and for the society, what future we are looking for our future generations. Uh, it's it's uh, it's it's very important, and there is an urgent need for harnessing all the knowledge systems available globally, and there is already a pragmatic plan for the intervention. So it is very pertinent to reiterate the participation of Ayurveda as an extension of the public health services. So therefore, even in Australia, um, we believe we really need this sort of system, and a knowledge-based system where we can integrate the two systems to bring benefit and advantage to the whole community. It's not just to avoid or we are talking about Ayurveda to be integrated. It's any complementary health, any knowledge system or complementary health or indigenous medicines or traditional medicines that can be integrated to for the community welfare and well-being. So with all this COVID outbreak, there is a big shift in paradigm, and the consciousness is needed. So because the shift in consciousness is basically a shift in the biology, and that would there is not only a need to build up the immunity, there is a dire need to work on the homeostasis, which vice versa will anyways help in building up the immune response. So there is a mindset, right? And the mindset that that was mentioned by Bob, the MP, Bob Blackman. We definitely need that integrative approach, and there is already a lot of preventative measures being taken and recommended, suggested by Ayush, for John Porter, Professor John Porter. I remember he mentioned that he's not getting any kind of immunity building information from Ayush. Well, we here in Australia are doing through the not-for-profit organization GHERS as a food drive, a COVID food drive. But then we have a program called Balanced Living, because it's all about creating a balance in our life and the way of life. So we need to adapt those lifestyle changes and have that learn the art of living and create the balance in the way. So it's very, very dire need, and we are conducting that program through ghers.org. So if anyone wants to enroll in that, like including Professor John Porter, so I would be myself like giving some online sessions on the physical, mental, spiritual, and the emotional aspect of any kind of like need required, particularly after the COVID impact. So